and I don't have water with me, and I need to go grab my water bottle and things. Okay. Well, listen. Post this in here. Versus Purdue. I believe this is one of the first group stage matches. We'll actually pull up the seedings over here. Hold on. Rosters, rules, blah blah blah. Hold on, we have the placement bracket, but I can't remember where the hell the groups are. If someone can link me the brackets. No, it's the Face It in-house league, isn't it? Yeah, hold on one sec. I think it's, oh god, isn't it announcements? Oh, I need to update the record book, by the way. That is coming. Just haven't quite gotten around to it. Anyway, Nearly Tilted versus Purdue. We have the upper bracket, well, the 1 versus 4 seed here. Winner of this plays Remove Radiance from the game, who removed Radiance actually 2-0'd Quarantine Gamers 2 nights ago on Wednesday. So, yeah. Very good performance from them after struggling a little bit against Moonlight the night before. Really bounced back against Weirdhead, or not Weirdhead, what am I reading here? Against Quarantine Gamers, who Quarantine Gamers have kind of struggled a bit through the group stage cheating as well as the group stage. But Nearly Tilted has looked incredible thus far. They have such a stacked lineup. Every single game I've casted by them, they've been like tier 2, tier 3 team level. It's actually kind of been insane how good they are. And I'm excited to cast more of them because they have just been incredibly good. I need to turn on that really quick. But yeah, they've been incredible. Super excited to see what they can do here in the group stage. We're not quite into the main part of the season yet. Live now, Killer Karate is streaming Dota 2. Okay. I need to like screw with my monitor over here just because I don't have everything quite where I want it. But yeah, now that I have the chat pulled up, we're good. And I should be capped at about 60 FPS. Yep. Just because encoding is a little weird if I don't do that. I always like to see who wins coin toss and Nearly Tilted one's first pick. Okay, I agree with that. Although I think my RD2L team is more leaning towards just picking Radiant. But Nearly Tilted gonna be playing on Dire for this game 1. I will be right back. I'm gonna miss like the first few bans, but I need some water. So be right back.
Team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire teams turn to ban. Turn to ban. Dire teams turn to ban. Radiant teams turn to ban.
Incredibly professional stream.
Dire team ban.
Incredibly.
Radiant
My
team
phone's
ban.
going off too. What the hell is this? Twitch? No, I don't need your. Ooh, Rosati's Pizza. Nobody won game 1 because this is game 1, and I need to get rid of this. Ignore that. It is 0-0 right now. I left my thing on the screen. I'll leave that up just so everybody knows. It is like the first game. But yeah, nothing's happened quite yet. I think we're seeing pretty normal bans versus Nearly Tilted as well. Earth Spirit's definitely very strong for them. You do not want to give that to Silverpike. He's just played excellently on it. I think the other thing Nearly Tilted has going for them too is just good chemistry. Like it seems they've been playing together a decent amount. And what, hype hit 6K recently? I know Nier is like 6K or something ridiculous. They might be one of the higher MMR teams, Nearly Tilted. I think they're definitely the favorites going into
5 seconds
the main regular season as well, or at least the tournament at the end of the season. We'll see if that remains to be the case, though. Oops, did I leave that open? No, okay, we're good. I'm trying to still get Redondo to cast at some point. He'll eventually co-cast at some point, I swear. I'll get him to co-cast. Yeah, Grimstroke for now feels pretty decent. You're gonna have the silence for Phoenix, who has a horrible attack animation. Same thing as just keeping Phoenix locked in. As well as, I think Grimstroke is a really good lane dominator if you're going to pick it with a good offlaner like Sand King. Picking Sand King right now is a little strange because you still don't know who the core is, but I think when you see early Sand King picks, you kind of know what the other team wants to do for their core. But Nearly Tilted just picks a DK, and they're saying, well, we could throw this safe lane, we could throw this mid, we could throw this off lane. No real idea yet. Purdue is kind of showing exactly what their lanes are incredibly early on, I think. Like, you know you're going into a Grimstroke Sand King. Shadow Demon's still out there as a counter. Oh, no, Shadow Demon's banned out. Never mind. Never mind. I think they could still go for some counters, though. It would be pretty feels good. Potentially, like, I don't know, is Disruptor that great? I don't think so. I think you could argue for a Disruptor. It's mostly going to be a Sentry War, more than anything. I think that's usually how the laning stage goes into a Sand King Grimstroke lane. Yeah, and it's just a generic 5 pick more than anything. At this point, you still don't want to show your 1 yet. Nearly Tilted's probably going to pick their 5 as well. Again, I don't think Disruptor's too great right now, but I don't know what else you're going to counter a Sand King Grimstroke with. You need something that's going to save your core from just getting dove, or you just pick a core like a Juggernaut, Lifestealer. Lifestealer could be legit this game with the DK, although everybody I've told, oh, maybe they draft a Lifestealer here, has told me, no, Lifestealer's garbage. So, I've been consistently wrong calling out that hero. But I still think Lifestealer can be a decent hero here. Like, the extra strength you're going to get on DK can help your push so much. You can just really be aggressive with people, especially if Lifestealer's going Radiance too. Maybe you could go for a Spectre as well this game. It seems like a really good Spectre game. Just vision for the Sand King. Getting away from Grimstroke is a lot easier. I believe you can Spectre ult through Grimstroke ult, so that's another thing you don't have to worry about. And there is a counter for the Grimstroke running at you with Inkswell, at the very least. So you do have some save. I believe that can also just dodge out the stun completely from Inkswell. If is this Hype playing Bane potentially? Silver Pike on Phoenix, so it should be Hype Bane.
10 seconds remaining.
Then I believe Nier is going to go safe lane. You could pick a PL here as well. PL is probably the better option, honestly. I'm so glad Ursa's banned out because I'm tired of seeing that hero. But we just see another really common hero in this patch in the troll. So it's going to be a troll Witch Doctor. Which I think, you know, Witch Doctor pairs with that decently. You are maybe into a DK, so there is a lot of magic damage there for DK. Definitely have to be a little bit more careful. You aren't as tanky as you thought you were, and I think we're seeing, yeah, it's probably going to be DK mid or off lane. I would not throw DK in the safe lane right here. Potentially they just go for like PL. All right. One day.
Radiant team's turn to ban.
Yeah, okay, they go for the Spectre. I thought it was either Spectre or PL. Seeing as PL isn't banned out. But near Spectre is also going to be a treat to watch. Spectre's just good in a Sand King too. You can kind of cancel out some of the blink initiation that he's looking for. And also it gives you good vision onto a Sand King. They have the Sand King stun for canceling Bane ults and Coconut and a Grimstroke Silence. That's it.
5 seconds remaining.
So Sand King's really got to be on top of his game. I mean, maybe you just Bane ult the Sand King, honestly. Nightmare, a Troll, and Bane ult a Sand King. Also, Bane's really good in a Troll. Just kiting out the ultimate, I think, is the good way to think about it. It's actually really weird that they drafted a Troll into a Bane. But I don't know. Maybe it's not as bad as I think it is. This is where I'd usually go to my co-caster for advice. But yeah. Let me see if I can grab somebody. But yeah, I don't really have too much insight onto, like, I think it's a mistake drafting a Trouble Warlord into a Bane because you already have that disable. You could argue for an OD as well. But this would have been a really good Shadow Demon game.
Turn to ban.
This would have been a... Because you have the Shadow Demon counter for a Grimstroke. You have the Shadow Demon counter for a Troll Warlord. Maybe you want a bit more stun for a Witch Doctor. And I think they just go for like a Storm or something.
10 seconds
on
remaining.
a nearly tilted. But it is going to get countered slightly. But I think Storm beats a lot of things right now. Maybe looking at a Kunkka as well. Just something to lock down Troll and still just stay tanky frontline. Like, Boat buff is going to be really good into an SK as well. There's too many melee cores though.
Turn to pick.
So the thing I'm not the fan of. I'm surprised they banned a Viper. But maybe they're thinking TA. Maybe they're thinking Storm. For nearly tilted. Could also go for an Invoker. Is it not banned? They could go for an Invoker. But I think Invoker is a bit too squishy. Pango mid. Okay. Unless it's a DK mid, but I'm suspecting that it's Pango mid. DK mid could get the job done too, but Purdue is still kind of confused with it right now. It's like, who's going mid, Pango or DK? Which one are we countering? You still have a Pango pick available here.
10 seconds remaining.
Pango is obviously not going to be too great into the... Or not Pango, Pugna.
5 seconds remaining.
Pugna. Jeez. Pugna's really good into the DK, especially in lane 2. So if you think the DK is going mid, I think you just go Pugna. Gives you a lot of push as well, but you're kind of squishy then. Very glass cannony. You could go... Nah, TA is pretty bad into a Pango. Is Quap not banned out yet? I'm surprised we don't see Quap banned. You do have a Bane counter there, but it feels like you are still pretty... You have a lot of cancels, a lot of things Bane has to do in the game right now. They don't have too much to hit egg either than Troll, but maybe that's enough. Okay, they do go OD. Apparently one of the worst heroes in the game right now. But OD pretty decent into Spectre. It also gives them some more silence. Lots of magic damage for a DK. And I think that's, at the end of the day, what you really got to look at. Yeah, Nier's playing the Spectre. We got Pattern on Pango, Hype Bane, Silver Pike, Phoenix, and Striker's DK. Wait, so Pattern's their offlaner, right? I can't quite remember. We'll see. Treehard is probably going to be mid on that OT. I'm almost guaranteeing it. Oscillation, Sand King, Vix, Grimstroke, Lasonic, Witch Doctor, and Maharu on Troll Warlord. Probably going to be in that safe lane with the Witch Doctor. Again, they have the slow from the axes, and they have the Maledict coconut combo. Should be pretty strong for them to just be really aggressive inside the lane. Assuming that it is into a Pango, you do have some issues there, as well as into a Phoenix. Like, both of those heroes can just dive away or hit a swashbuckle away, but if they ever use it aggressively, there's potential for a kill. Anyway. I'm really curious to see how that lane goes, actually. I think it's Pango, Phoenix favored. I think that's why you got to throw the Pango off lane, too. Just because look at the lane DK is going to be into. There's a lot of magic damage. So you probably just put the DK mid.
Prepare for battle.
You have done a great service.
No, it's just unfair.
Feeling good, man. Feeling good, man.
Yeah. There is games tomorrow. I think there's games tomorrow. Pango is pretty bad against Grim. It does seem like a late reactionary pick. And Pattern's going to be going mid on Pango. Okay. I mean, I guess you don't really care about Maledict early on. Because, I mean, level 1 Maledict's like really low damage. Voice crack. Really low damage. I'm adjusting my monitor. I had to rebuild my desk the other day. I was expecting to get a standing desk. But I got screwed over and they sent me like half of what I needed in order to build it. So, yeah, I don't have my standing desk yet. It is a great feeling. I'm just ranting to whoever will listen about that. So, anyway. Don't worry about that. Vix and Oscillation top, I think they're just going to give them this bounty rune because they don't want to contest. It's a little bit too dangerous. Hype tries to go around to grab the other bounty rune. Not going to be successful. We will split 2-2 and call it a day. Strikers does go for Breathe Fire first. I think the good thing is you do gotta get a couple levels on Witch Doctor. You get this level 2 Maledict and they can maybe make something happen. Although I think you go 102 at level 3 if you're Witch Doctor. 202 for sure. But maybe you put a level into the heal. We'll see what he ends up doing. But again, more interesting things. Silverpike can trade up pretty easily here with the Witch Doctor getting a couple of Flame Spirits. Fire Spirit, not Flame Spirits. I'm too used to everything not being Avatar. Yeah, and there's not too much Laconic can do right now. Just pops out the salve, maybe gets a couple of right clicks after, but Phoenix, such a pesky hero to deal with as a support player. Mid lane 2 early on, this is the matchup that I'm surprised they gave. Thought they would put the DK here, but DK into OD is also a feels bad man, I would guess. It's a lot of damage coming out from Tree Hard too. It just feels like an OD is a lane dominator here, but we'll see how he does into the mid game. He just missed pretty much everything with that swashbuckle, not quite getting the harass he wanted, I think. And that's pretty rough. That's that efficiency missing. I'm just gonna act like I didn't get that on camera. I always apologize for doing that to people. You know, I always catch people's miss stacks. I always catch people's miss CS. If I just don't mention it, then nobody notices. I think that's the play. Near top, though, is having a great time to start. We're 2 minutes in. He's got 11 CS. Damn near. Perfect. That's what that says. It's near in, okay. Get what that actual is called. I never realized that before, though. But yeah, bottom. Laconic's actually doing a good job of giving Maharu solo XP, though. And I think Troll's just fine with this, too. Strikers probably gets a couple levels into Dragon Blood. At the same time, you might just lose a courier here. Has to be kind of careful. Coconut does fly out just to make a bit of space for it. I didn't think... Did he get his stuff off the courier there? Yes, he did. I thought he might not have because it looked like it barely got close to him, but is finishing a wand here. And I mean, that's a lot of breathe fires coming out, a lot of fire spirits casted as well, so seems pretty value. Striker's doing a pretty good job contesting though. You can see Striker's at 13 CS right now. And Nearly Tilted still just looking strong in the laning stage. Just maybe slightly outperforming individually right now, but no real big advantage has been made yet. This pattern still a little bit behind on the mid lane. I think the big thing too is OD. Until Pango gets 6, it feels like OD kind of takes over this lane. Big thing about OD though is you can't go to the jungle and farm as quickly. Like OD's farming speed is just horrible. And I think that's going to be a detriment to Purdue as this game goes on. It feels like Pango's just going to outfarm him, and they're going to have one hero that's a bit better. Oscillation top. They're trying to bring down Near. They do get an Inkswell out, but they're going to focus back over onto Hype. Goes for the Nightmare. Dodges the Inkswell. What a play from Hype. He doesn't even have vision on Oscillation there, I don't think. He might have hit him to give away the vision. Shouldn't die here. Stroke of Fate through. He's really slow. Vix might keep diving for this. Hype goes for a right-click trade. Is dropping pretty low. Vix knows he has to back though. Not quite getting first blood yet. Hype making a very nice play there to dodge the Inkswell. It's 5 minutes into this game, still no action, but maybe it's going to come bottom. Iconic's dropping very low, but Silverpike took a Maledict and a tower shot. Does not want to go too far, but he just dies to Fire Spirits. They were level 2. And just a very early first blood from Silverpike, who has continued to show one of the better 4 players in League of Lads. I think it's like Nearly Tilted is one of they're basically the team secret of a couple of years ago. They got so many star players on this team. Really just showing why that's the case. Silverpike getting first blood there, going to get bounties. Efficiency for efficiency's sake. So they are losing the Sentry Battle top at the moment. Oscillation still spotted out by this. Did go for 2 levels in the stun, which I think is the more popular Sand King build nowadays. So you don't quite see the max Sandstorm build or the max Caustic Finale build anymore. Inkswell over onto a creep. He's dropping very low on Oscillation. This time Hype's gone a bit too far. Nero has a dagger in 5 seconds, but he doesn't even need it. Just gets the right clicks. Unfortunately for Hype, he isn't going to get XP for the kill. But he does get Near a little bit of extra gold, which I think you're pretty happy about. Giving away the kill, but your core is getting more and more farm. 36 and 12 on Near. Still just an impressive performance CS wise. There's not too much a Sand King can do either, other than sit inside that Sandstorm. I mean, look at how much just base regen Spectre has too. 9.5 HP regen with the Soul Ring. Sandstorm barely doing any damage. He's dodging out the Stroke of Fate. They want to focus a bit onto Near. There comes the Inkswell. Hype able to cancel it out. He dodges it yet again. Rotation up from Pattern. They're going to find Oscillation as well. Dagger up in 4 seconds, but again, he doesn't need it. Haste Rune on Pattern. Easy kills top lane as they clean them all up. 4-1. Vic's even going to throw out the pat the back tip there. I respect that. Fair enough. It's a hell of a rotation, and they might even get mid too. He's got no mana on Treehard, but I don't think they want to dive past the tier 1 for freer of a TP rotation. It's more or less Silverpike just knows, yeah, I can roam mid right now and do a bit of damage, scare off the mid. A little bit. The more you can push OD out of the lane, the better, right? Again, like OD's farming speed in the jungle is atrocious compared to some of the other mid laners in the game, especially compared to Pango. Still haven't managed to really be aggressive with the DK yet. Bottom is a level 2 Maledict. He did end up going 102. And I'm not really sure if they can even kill a DK right now. He seems pretty tanky. The the ink swell yet again over in near. This time it does not get dodged, but he can sleep off a little bit of the Sand King. Didn't quite hit it there, but I think, oh, bottom. They might be going over onto Silver Pike. They got the Maledict onto Strikers, but now Maharu dropping super low. He even pops the DK ult. Ray is going to miss. They might just turn it onto Silver Pike. 2 right clicks plus the Whirling Axes brings him down. Strikers throwing the stun over on to Laconic. Does get a return kill, but not onto the core. Fortunately there. Oscillator might just drop low here. No, we do get a Spectral. He goes back top. He's going to have the ink swell on top of him, but there's the rotation again from Pattern. Timing these perfectly. Vix right now is dodging out the roll, but it's eventually going to hit, and there is no saving you. As much juking as you want to do, it's another tip coming up from Vix as well. Pattern just making the plays top. Nier is just completely on top of the CS charts, and that's reflected in net worth. Same thing for the OD too. You look at how little gold he's actually getting despite the CS numbers he's got. He's up to 49. He's ahead of Pattern. He's ahead of DK by 8, but it's just not showing when it comes to the overall gold. Couple of kills and an assist on Strikers. He's going to run top here. There is an ult on OD. He might have gone a bit too far. It's just going to die here. Even though you're supposed to be tanky, he's getting a Sunray through. He's healing quite a bit away for now, but the Maledict almost surely going to bring him down after. No, the ult missed. Striker's still walking away. Does eventually tick down. Stroke of Fate catches him on the way out. Silver Pike diving through was not enough to stop that. An unfortunate OD ult there. Completely whiffed, and that is a pretty big cooldown. So we get something from that. Strikers tried to be really aggressive and go for that outpost before 9 minutes, but it's a decent rotation. Hype's still level 4. Maybe they want to bring down mid. They're going to pop the ult. He has an Astral, so I'm not really sure if they can find this kill. And I don't think they can. He just Astrals out the Pango. Does force a rotation mid from Laconic, but maybe they can just still... It seems like one of these heroes is going to die here. Pango does have the Swashbuckle out, saving him for now. He gets the disarm on both. Stroke of Fate misses. And neither of them die. I was completely wrong. Just still a weird rotation onto an OD. And, oh, Laconic almost drops there. Does pop the wand charge. Meanwhile, bottom, they've used the DK ult yet again, and they just want to focus this tower down with 300 health left. Last hit should be going to Strikers. I think it's going to fall here, though. They also have the catapult railing away at it. Oscillation is actually rotated, but they don't get the last hit, unfortunately. I think it went to the catapult there. And still, we just see the cores. They're going to swap lanes here. Sand King goes bottom, Maharu goes top, and it's a pretty common rotation, I think. They are going to see Strikers run through mid. There is a ward over here. They want to get the slow onto OD, the stun to fly out as well. Again, they have the Astral, but he's already used it to save. A creep is going to just rolled over. Pattern. Identifying the timing, and the ward is just way too far over. They're even going to get the D ward, too. Just not a move you can spot. Top, they maybe bring down Nier. He's going for the TP. Does miss the axes, but Nier still 2-0-4. He's gone untouched this whole game, and now they might just rotate on Maharu, who has the ult to pop here to save himself if he needs it. Does pop it. Do they have a cancel? He's focused out onto Nier, who's getting rooted again and again and again, but they have the heal as well as the Nightmare. I think Maharu is just a land of his own right now. Drops the Pattern, and all over the map, nearly tilted, taking advantage, up 4K, 10-3. And again, 12 minutes into this game, a 4K gold lead. Usually isn't that much gold, but again, 12 minutes into the game, like, it's dominating. And especially, you have to play from ahead as an OD. I don't think this hero, like, plays that great from behind. You just can't catch up. It's so difficult for the hero to do, is play this game of catch out. and trying to do it in the jungle right now, but they might just die mid. Onto Maharu, who doesn't have ult this time. They're just playing so aggressive right now. Stun out from Strikers. Do they have the damage? I believe they do. He does get saved for now. Treehard's got the ult. Can they actually commit for the kill? He doesn't have the breathe fire. They might just lose the DK instead. No, there's the dagger in from near. He's jumping back onto Laconic as well. Can they focus down the egg? No, they quite can't get it. Oscillation tried to focus it. He's actually dropping very low now. Goes for the stun back in. Strikers got out with his light. There's a stroke of fate. They lose the Sand King. They might not even get Silver Pike either. They do lose him to the tower, but Vix trying to make something happen. Leashes both of them together. Comes out very late. They lose 3 heroes, only taking 1. And again, they're just another tip from Pattern. Or Vix over onto Pattern. They are just dominating this game at the moment. Yeah, this is, I don't know, it's a tough game. You look at where OD's out on the network chart too. Hype does have 6 now. Haven't really, they rotated with the Bane ult. Well, I think he actually got 6 in that fight because they dove a little bit for some of these kills. I don't think they lost. Did they lose OD there? I don't think they did. No, they didn't. Yeah, because he got away. They did lose Troll, and he didn't have the LTs, but they've only lost OD once. It was that time mid when he got rolled on and didn't have the Astral. Nier is working on the Radiance. I think what he's doing is if he gets close to dying, he's just gonna buy out a Blade Mail. That's why it's in his quick buy at the moment. $13-4 though. Is anybody playing the Playground games? Nope. We're just full of meepos right now.
The battle resumes.
Still gonna wait.
In strength, oops, is victory.
We're still missing Silver Pike. All right, well, we J chillin'. We need better pause games, honestly, I think.
我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。我是一个没有感情的刷钱机器。
What the f just happened?
Get on with
Alright, we're good. Let's get it.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
13-4. 5k gold lead about for nearly tilted. They've kind of just taken a lead so far. They took bottom. I think the bottom tier one's the second most important tower, with the mid tier one being also like the most important. That's at least the way I read the game. It might not be true, but could be wrong. They're gonna get a really nice deep ward here. Vix might have just spotted it too, but Silverpike is underneath the coverage of a sentry. I believe Troll is pinging it out at the moment. Does see Hype walking over here. Hype is really, if you ever play nearly tilted, like, you gotta know he's gonna ward down here. I see him do this every single time he wards in this jungle. He's always placing it on the low ground here, and it's only if you play Radiant. Oh, they just killed Escalation again. I believe that was a... No, he did it with Strikers. Might be looking at mid 2. Bane ult over into Tree Hard. Does he actually have the damage? They can't get the stun out. Laconic a little bit late on that. He got the entirety of the Bane ult off. Got him down to about half health, but no damage outside of that. It's almost like you gotta use the Phoenix Egg in order to find that kill. I think you can do the low ground ward on this cliff too, but I'm not sure. It does look very similar, so I think you can. But yeah, if you're only putting the sentry up here, you have to put a ward up here, otherwise it misses. And you can see where exactly it missed, because they still have the ward here. He's sentried up here. You don't have vision on the low ground, and he misses the ward. If you are playing nearly tilted, you just have to know that that's going to be the case. And still, they're missing this too. It's genius. Take notes. Take notes. If you ever play nearly tilted, assume there's a ward there. Seen it happen so many times too. DK mid Strikers is taking a lot of damage. Just have to throw a stun back, as well as the A popped in the background. I think they're going to lose Strikers no matter what, especially with the Maledict on top. He's going to get saved just a bit. Oscillation's maybe gone a bit too far. Is the Maledict enough to kill him off? I don't think so. Stroke of Fate misses. No, he's not going to die to the Maledict. He got it on him when he was so low. Laconic's going to get dove now too. Pattern just rolling forward, trying to find Rehard, which he does. There's a nice two-man swashbuckle, hits through onto both. Double kill for Pattern. Hell of a play, and they take the tier 1 mid, which is the most important tower. They don't lose Strikers, and Nier doesn't even have to rotate to this. He had ult, but he didn't show up. He's working on that Radiance, and he's gonna get it at like 17 minutes here. Really fantastic timing for Nier. Even went for the one Wraithband first in the power treads. I think that before 20-minute timing is what you gotta worry about when you're playing a Spectre. And Nier is definitely on track for that. Am I getting pinged right now? What? I don't know what Nika's talking about. I'll ask him after this. Maharu's just gonna die bottom. Easy ultimate for Hype. They even use Nier's ult as well. Meanwhile, in the middle of the jungle, Silverpike and Pattern find a kill onto Grimstroke, and it's just falling apart all the way across the map. Strikers has popped ult top, looking to take this tower. All Oscillation can do is just sit here invis and hope Strikers doesn't hit it too much, because it just feels like this tower is going to tick down, especially with the catapult. Pops out the Fortify to save the creeps. We'll see if Strikers wants to commit for this. Probably afraid of a rotation, which they do get from Laconic, but do they have the damage? They get the deny. out from Oscillation does make it pretty easy. But still, I mean, even with the deny, it's a 10k gold lead. We're 17 minutes in. Nier has the Radiance. He's going to get it about 1740. Hell of a timing for Nier. And it's like, what else do you expect from him? Meanwhile, mid, they lose Vix, as well as I think they're going to lose Laconic as well. Tries to pop the ult, saving Pattern out for now. They get the stun. There's the Astral, though. It does dodge some of the Maledict damage, but he's almost certainly dead. They even use the OD ult. Hype gets a kill mid onto Maharu. They do take out Pattern, though, and that is a decent amount of gold. 654 total. Give him a bit of a comeback. Oscillation's dropping a little low. Striker's maybe begging for a bit too much, though, as he can just stun away. Still a 10k gold lead. Hype getting some nice wards off, but Treehard does see him in the trees. Goes for the Astral. Is there going to be a stun here from Oscillation? He's got to get a bit closer. Stun forward into the Bane. He needs to get some Brain Sap healing out. Oscillation's popping the egg on top of them both. They're both just going to take down to this. Astral on 2. A nice combo there to save for now. Hype's probably not going to die, though. There's the Cask Out as well as the Maledict, but he can just heal himself all the way back up. He is definitely not going to die. Laconic goes down. Yeah, there is no way Hype's dying. He literally gained health since the Maledict was casted. Took 0 damage from the ticks after. Roll forward from Pattern. Brings down Vix. Over onto Maharu. Do you lose Maharu again? They can get the Bane ult off. If Hype can get Vision, which he can't. Just barely gets juked in the fog. Pattern didn't want to commit for it. That would have been the ultimate loss there too if they lose Maharu. Yet again, it's 5-24. Nearly Tilted, just rolling over right now. Purdue, I just don't know how you get back into this game. He's already so far ahead on the Spectre. And OD is playing from complete behind right now. Still doesn't have that eggs up yet, and we're 20 minutes into this game. First item eggs, and it's taken quite a bit. Meanwhile, bottom, we do go for the cancel. Maharu's maybe a bit out of the element right now. Is just gonna die. Big rotations from Nier as well. They want to try and find Treehard. Does have a disruption or an Astral. Maybe stun forward from Oscillation on a Nier, but I don't think Nier's the target they want. You almost do more damage to yourself if they try and go for this. They do eventually find a ward, but they're getting the stun. Breathe Fire onto 2. They're not going to be able to kill the egg. Oscillation is just going to tick down. Nier gets saved with the Nightmare for now. Double kill for Nier. And they're going to dive forward for Laconic. Pattern's even going into the tier 3s. Wants to go for a Swashbuckle. Gets the kill. 4 dead. 16k gold lead. And Nearly Tilted just making it look easy right now. They're just looking so strong. It's really hard to beat this team. It's clearly just top of the game, like top of the league. I really want to see them play like Echidnas or somebody. I don't know. It's just like every single game I've casted from Nearly Tilted has been like this. It just looked like a completely separate skill level. Well, it's kind of obvious why too. Like, one, you got Nier God, who's like one of the best carries in RD2L, swapping over. Same thing, like Hype's been playing RD2L for a while. Probably one of the better 4 players in that league. He swapped over to 5 for here, but I think he's just classic support. Strikers, I mean, this, like I said at the beginning of the game, it's basically just an all-star team. Like, they're essentially Team Secret from but they perform a lot better than Team Secret did with the all-star team with like Uni and oh god, what was that lineup? It was like EE, Universe, Puppy, Zai. Oh god, who was on that team? I can't quite remember everybody else, but essentially just a broken lineup that didn't work out. But of course, Nearly Tilted. It looks like they're performing on another level right now. Silver Pike is running top, is a little bit out. So Oscillation is going for the wave cut. Gonna go for the TP out and be just fine. Just getting rid of the wave, making sure they can't push top.
Cracks in Dyer's top tower?
Very nice space there from Oscillation. See strikers pushing mid, and yeah, I don't know, I'm kind of just blown away how well they're playing at the moment. Maybe they can find a DK. They do have forward stun from Oscillation. There's the Grimstroke ult as well as the Maledict. They are just exploding him. They really want to get this kill, which they do. There's not a save, but they lose the ultimate. OD just goes down to a Bane ult. The team is just melting. Nira gets on top of all of them with the double kill. Maharu going for the TP out, but it gets canceled almost immediately. Had the Abyssal, gets a bash from Pattern. They committed everything for a DK, so much so they had nothing left to fight the Spectre to cancel out the Bane ult. Immediately losing OD. OD doesn't even get an ultimate off.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
23k gold lead 23 minutes in this game. They've literally gained 1k net worth on them since minute 1. And just complete dismantling of Purdue. Put on show by Nearly Tilted.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
And I'm kind of surprised they're not calling GG right now. It's just they're going to go for Roche and they just go back at it. You have your tier 2 top. But it's just a troll with only 1300 HP. Even has to use the ult there. Gets nothing out of it. His team just died around him. A single ult from Nier.
Tower's got problems.
And yeah, I think they might have already GG'd in their heads, but maybe they want to go for one last fight. They have the eggs on Tree Hard, but how do they initiate this? The blink is up on Oscillation.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
We'll see what the target is. They picked the DK last time and it did not end well. Halberd up as well. They go for the stun forward, but the blink away from Strikers. What a play! Oscillation's already used his initiation. They do get a Grimstroke ult on the back, but that's supposed to be the counter for the Pango. He's just rolling forward on the Tree Hard, keeping him locked down. There's the Astral as well, but the egg on top of everyone. He has to Astral himself with the second one. They're going to lose the Troll here, who's surviving for now. Buyback from Grimstroke. Down goes Maharu. Down goes Tree Hard. GG called. They lose both cores in the final fight, 36-6.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Incredible performance. And Nearly Tilted still just looking insane. We'll jump in to game 2. Hold on one sec. Sorry, I have the Attack on Titan theme stuck in my head still. Of course. Somebody is. I have way too many people on my friends list. Holy crap, I don't even know who half these people are. What's Birdman doing? Oh, Birdman's playing ranked. Anyway. Oh, I remember what it is. Alright, to game 2 we go. Again, Nearly Tilted, just completely another level. I will go AFK for a bit because I have to. Should probably grab more water. Oh boy, I'm already losing my voice. I'm casting like way too much lately. That's a bad thing. It's a good thing, but Completely forgot about co-casting again.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire
Yeah, that's my bad.
team ban. Radiant team ban.
Is Nika even on?
Dire team ban.
You could honestly just watch the replay. They already started the game, but like whatever. I'm just gonna call Nika. That's the strat. Yeah, dude. I'm already in the game, but we can just watch from the replay, honestly, or the Dota TV.
What's going on?
Do you are you trying to co-cast right now, my dude?
Oh, I can.
All right, let's get it.
Okay.
The game already started, but we can just jump over into the watch tab. So.
Okie dokie. Yeah. So yeah, I have the series at 10.
Hold on one second.
So, yeah,
This is gonna be over by that time for sure.
Okay. Sweet.
Probably. I can't watch it right now because it just started, but it's probably gonna be over by that time. And if not, you can just peace out.
What's the score?
Nearly tilted 1-1 in like 25 minutes.
I see.
I should probably change that
and
also.
they're gonna keep going, I guess.
Yeah, there's no stopping nearly tilted. Oh, is it a 5-minute delay for live games? Damn it. Oh, well,
I think it's a 2-minute delay unless someone like specifically changed it.
Oh, true. True. I don't know
That's
what's
how it is by default.
But yeah, I mean, nearly tilted, just on another level, dude.
I need to check the let's see if there's a pin. Oh yeah, it's pinned.
For the groups.
How the groups are doing. Interesting. So yeah, there is a lot of upsets. The two top seeds lost their games. Potentially even three of them. The Wombats, the Knights of Albert, and Quarantine Gate Gamers were all like top 5 teams that lost. It's going to be a very interesting lower bracket. I'm assuming a lot of big teams are just going to go out in the first round. Pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, I still think the two. Did Echidnas win yesterday?
Yeah, but they were, I think, were the only team who didn't.
So I think
upset.
so I think like the favorites still are Echidnas. The favorites for me anyway are Echidnas and Nearly Tilted. I really need to see them play each other.
Wombats and Echidnas, I would say, are pretty even in skill.
Echidnas.
The Echidnas, yes.
It's Echidnas, dude.
Interesting.
It's Echidnas, dude.
Okay, Echidnas. So I think that series is probably going to be the most even series that we've had yet, since pretty much all of the games have been like high-ranking teams versus low-ranking teams. That is definitely going to be a series to watch.
I still can't watch this game. Hold on one sec. We'll see if I just refresh it. Dota TV is garbage, dude.
It's possible that they forgot to take it as well.
Why isn't... See, look at this. One of these tournaments has $1,000 prize pool. I think Guam should reach down into his heart and just donate $1,000 to the League of Lads prize pool. We know he has the money, right? Like, he totally does.
If you want to watch it, you can just go to me and watch the game.
Oh, that's true. I can watch it off of Nier too. I think I have him added.
Oh yeah, I'm watching it off of Treehard right now.
I still could not watch this game. Oh, because I'm in a game. Okay, let me leave the game.
Ah, now we know.
Oh so my god, it was that the whole time. Okay.
So Purdue have Dragonite and Rubik, and Tilted has Earth Spirit and Prophet.
We get a late Quap band too. Interesting. They just gave Silverpike Earth Spirit, which I think might be a mistake.
So that's Silver Pike. So last time I streamed, I had like a pretty big cast of kids. I had Hull City who decided to shave his balls on stream, and Silver Pike was like, "Don't let Hull back on the cast." Ban him from the cast.
Why?
I don't know. Yeah, it's like every time that he casts with me, somehow he gets into this situation. I don't know how it happens.
Okay then. All right then. Good to know.
I'm not too.
Thank you for that
happy about
info.
it either. I'm not too happy about it either.
Thank you for that info. I'm glad I heard that today.
My viewers
pretty-
got
that's pretty-
a little more graphic information. I won't share the rest of it.
A
Pretty
DK
yikes.
first pick seems kind of interesting, but I'm not sure how we open with this.
So it was Earth Spirit first pick, and then it was DK Rubik after. I don't know. DK, I guess, is a lane that's hard for Earth Spirit to gank, but I don't know if he really cares. I mean, he can always just push people into tower. Not even Dragon Knight can deal with that normally. You think this is going to be like an offlane Dragon Knight, or is it just for flex? Whoa. One of the more mobile teams that I've seen in my lifetime. 2 sets of global
Earth Spirit. They
teleport.
don't have the Grimstroke, unfortunately, but this should be a hype IO. I'm hyped.
I think they want to pick Slark is what's going on here. It's really good versus Dragon Knight offlane. The problem I'm seeing is that, so what they're doing, I think, is the Rubik and the Dragon Knight, and they're just going to go for like the maximum amount of damage reduction. Can become really difficult for a lot of carriers to farm under like minus 40 damage. I'm sure actually if there is a carry who can. I mean, Slar can kind of, but the burst is, I think, a little bit too much for him since it's all on like 12-second cooldown. You need to buy a lot of tangers and salves, even with the IO. I think I've played that exact lane like within the past week. Did not go so well for the Slark lane. I mean, they could Spectre. Spectre IO isn't complete garbage. I mean, they're really low on
I like the
damage.
Luna pick though. Luna's been strong for a bit. I don't think she's quite as appreciated. I would have liked IO Luna. I think that's legit, but well, they'll probably do like IO Gyro or some shit like.
They do Slark.
Slark IO. Oh god.
So yeah, it's really good against the Dragon Knight in theory. I think he's gonna struggle a lot versus the damage reduction though. We'll see. I mean, it's I think more up to the IO player than it is the Slark player. Is he able to keep the salves alive on top of him? Who knows? Maybe he buys some fairy fires. I'm sure that's probably a pretty good idea, since he may be having to CS a lot of it, with Slark being at like 12 damage. I think Slark does struggle a little bit versus Luna. I mean, they have a wicked amount of burst on Dire, and they're definitely not lacking for lockdown with Blink Dragon Tail into Telekinesis.
I mean, they kind of so they took the DK pick just a bit from nearly tilted last game, because they second picked a DK last game. I believe, if I remember correctly.
I think best pick for Dire is probably OD. There's not really another mid that shuts down IO Slark quite as well. I mean, there's like Invoker, but there's nothing to set it up. Invoker struggles versus Earth Spirit. There's Necrophos, which is probably actually just as good of a pick. I'm saying it's either going to be the Necrophos or the OD for Die here. Sadly, OD is pretty awful right now, but I mean, sometimes you have to. There's also like Puck. There's Leshrac. I think those are also good picks. Leshrac I think makes a lot of sense with their Luna Dragonite push lineup. Whoa. Okay. Seeing a lot of Monkey King mids lately. I mean, I guess they think DK's mid is what's going on. That he's gonna try and dodge lane.
It's apparently a new setting called text filtering in Dota, which filters out profane words. What?
Oh, really? So
How the hell do I turn this shit off?
It's like League now.
How the hell do I turn this shit off? It's apparently enabled by default.
So I think OD is still really good for Dire. It's one. I don't know. There isn't really a matchup that Monkey King hates mid.
Maybe it's an update.
There's only like even matchups and matchups he wins, which is why I think this hero is really strong mid. I'm expecting the OD. Despite that hero being garbage right now, it's a really good OD game. Only have 15 seconds left. You could Viper. Viper wouldn't be that bad.
Viper's kind of a trap, I think, especially into a Monkey King. I think a Monkey King's pretty decent.
They do have Slark though.
Storm.
Viper's pretty good for Slark.
They don't have too much lockdown for a Storm. I don't know. They basically have to land a pounce. Like.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they have it in Earth Spirit too.
Yeah, Earth Spirit roll silence, but that's. I think if Storm's playing well enough, you don't get caught out. But we'll see.
The Storm, I think they picked the Storm against the Nature's Prophet and the IO because they're really good. He's like the only hero on their team that can actually go on the IO here.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually that good versus Monkey King mid though. So we'll see how that ends up going. Do you know if they're doing any crazy lanes, like who's playing what? Is pattern their mid?
Dude, I said it before. That's the one thing you learn from TF2. Always kill the medic first.
True.
You always go on the IO first.
Yeah, they don't have an AA or any kind of regen reduction.
It's a sick lich set too.
So it's part of the reason why Necrophos is good too, because it affects the regen of IO too. I think Storm's alright though. I think he's gonna struggle in lane though.
We'll see. It's probably into a Monkey King offlane. No, wait. Yeah, it's into a Monkey King. Striker's off lane. I always think Striker's their mid for some reason, but yeah, Striker's off lane. Probably Silver Pike playing alongside that. And Hype near top or bottom.
And you're shoutcasting, right?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Let's do this. I'm ready. So it's supposed to be 1-0, right? For Nearly Tilted.
Yep.
Just some Papeg lobby creators. So
Yep. I need to mark that on the stream as well.
We had the same thing in our Moonlight game. It was just like 1-0 for them the entire series.
Is that right?
And yeah, so the problem with doing that is that say if you're 1-0, if you then win the game again, then on Dota buff it'll just count that as the series, and if you play another game, it'll be turned into a different series, and it can fuck up some of the stats, or at least make it harder to staticize them, or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. It's 1-0. Should be a bit smaller on stream now too. Wait, it's still showing, right?
So yeah, they are doing what I said in draft, that they're gonna do this Dragon Knight Rubik. So this is 20 damage reduction and then 25% damage reduction. So he divided by 4. So the Slarkly is gonna be minus 35 damage.
Not 100% of the time though. I mean, I don't think the Slark really minds too much because at the end of the day, he's still stealing stats. And that's probably the reasoning behind picking the Slark into it, right? Because they showed the Rubik DK very early. Yeah,
I mean, yeah. So you say it's not going to last the entire time, but actually, the percentage that it's going to be on him is like a good 80%, and that goes up with levels too. It's 11-second duration on Breathe Fire and 10-second duration on Fade Bolt. He does have Q, obviously, but he's going to be taking a lot of burst. It's like every 12 seconds, he's going to be taking about 200 damage.
Yeah. I was also there to counter some of that. They do want to go on the Conic earlier on, but I don't think they can get it. Just some harass as well as some stats.
Another problem I'm seeing is there's no Orb of Venom on Slug, so they're not going to be able to go for kills unless their Spirit stays here.
Silverpike's going to stay a bit, I think, is the play. Potentially for a long time, too, because Striker's just going to go for a big block top and then hopefully get a decent lane position for him, get an early level 2, and then he can just rotate between the jungle and the lane. But it looks like they chilled out for just a bit to see if they could maybe get a pick off, roll through over onto the Rubik yet again. Laconic, again, they just don't really have too much damage for this, though. I mean, you really need the leap on Nier in order to find something, it feels like.
Yeah, they went boost first on the Rubik, so probably not the greatest target. I mean, even though he's a Dragon Knight, he does have Breathe Fire first. He's probably the one you go for.
Well, you already see, like, how much they can lessen the damage. Like, one Breathe Fire, and it makes it really hard for Nier to get last hits or denies. Like,
that's one of the good things about him not going to U is that he gets the early Quine Blade out. Yeah, already struggling.
Yeah,
I would not be very happy. Yeah, there we go again.
Oh, you just got a lot of that, though. I mean, the good thing is Io can help out with some of this, too.
Yeah.
And he's probably not going to tank a lot of it unless it's the Rubik. Although that was unfortunate that they missed the deny on the range creep. Mid pattern looks like he's doing okay. It's pretty even. I think that's kind of what you expect, though. I mean, it's basically ranged hero versus ranged hero.
Level 1
so
Jingu is pretty bad. Level 2 Jingu is when it starts to get scary.
Yeah. Oh, they rolled back this time into the DK, stealing a lot of strength out. I don't think they can get this kill. It's really just damage at the end of the day. Nier just stealing a lot of it too. Again, they get both damage reduction on him.
Yeah, they're pretty much out of mana though in this dire lane, and they're not going a soaring first on Dragon Knight. So I don't know if he's expecting to die or. He's not
like all of that
burst
is not really gonna be there. I mean, maybe throwing out a couple of mangoes.
They went for a really high regen kind of lane. They went 6 tangos on both of them to my knowledge.
I think he might just find a courier here on the Conic. Yeah, he's definitely going to find this courier here.
Oh, this is going to be the boots. Oh, that's so...
Easy game. Although Nier is juking the courier around. Needs to get it behind another tree in order for it to live. The Conic still chasing. Does stop it at the tower, though. Nier, it would have lived, but he stopped it at the tier 2 tower. He only microed it for so long.
Yeah, he probably just clicked it there once.
Top lane, they want to go on Strikers too. He's just going to try and turn it. Does not get them to kill, but maybe they can still kill off Maharu. He's got the roll stun onto Vix. Let's get the burst coming through, but he gets the last hit coming out from the courier. It's actually from the Treant, so the kill goes to Strikers, and he gets a double kill with the Treants.
That was awesome.
Does he get XP for that? I don't think
no,
but still, like,
got all of that. It's really good for him too. An Earth Spirit with an early 6 is very scary for Storm.
Hell of a play coming out from Strikers, and I guess you'll take the death if you're just gonna get all of the gold coming off the back of it.
I think this Monkey King mid is, I don't know, this hero I think is really underrated as a mid. Your Q is always up every single wave to get the range creep, so you should never miss one. Range creeps are like the big deal about mids.
So just both of them off now.
Very powerful. Yeah.
He needs a bit more regen on Slark. I mean, you do have the IO here for that too. Fortunately, but yeah, he can purge off both of the damage reductions if they do like decide to go on somebody.
Yeah, that courier kill was huge for this lane. It has respawned now though.
Laconic might have just gone a bit too far though. He just purges off the damage and he just gets a kill. Bounty as well. Bit of stats.
Wow, so this guy, he's
and
actually...
now Silverpike bottom.
He actually has a second point in shift here. That's pretty interesting.
He pinged it out though. Oscillation doing a really nice job of pulling the creep back. You can see how little damage this creep does too. This is a nice ward to see out the rotation though. Silverpike's still trying to make plays happen around the map.
DK is doing a pretty good job keeping up with Slark. Gonna get the Barons here too. And DK can scale. I assume he's going to blink first.
Oh, what a
mid
roll
lane.
in. Mid onto Treehard. Does get the pull back onto Silver Pike. Strikers gets a kill top onto the Lich, but Pattern gets up the Jingu stacks. Does get a stun, but he dies beforehand with the Boundless Strike. Now Laconic might be next. A couple of Jingu stacks up still. Do have a roll through. Stun is there. Needs to get the stacks back up on Laconic, but he's still just taking so much damage. Kick through. Silver Pike doesn't even give the kill to the mid. Strikers may be thinking about TPing in, but still just a fantastic rotation again from Silver Pike. This game's already at 6-1, and the lanes didn't even seem like they were that bad in the draft. Like, I think it's, again, nearly Tilted just outplaying at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I do believe that the mid lane is really hard for Storm versus My King. The strength of Storm in the matchup comes when he's able to you know, break his trees. He gets really good like flying vision from his remnants too. But I don't know, the lane is really tough. That being said, top lane is, I think, where the biggest mismatchup is happening. Full 20 CS up on the Nature's Prophet right now. And farming a triple
yeah,
stack.
well, true. He has been rotating quite a bit, though. I don't know if there's really too much you can do against a Luna. Some of that might be the tree ents as well.
Was also that they started the Spirit bottom and he stayed there for a while.
Maharu might be a bit out of position right now. Could just get rolled on. He did miss the NPL slightly, but actually they just rotate bottom to steal the outpost. Double kill for Strikers, both supports dying. Still an interesting rotation there. Maharu does not have ults.
Right? Let's see how much damage he actually dealt. 1,000 damage. I think which was pretty much just his ult too.
Oh yeah. I thought he was just trying to use it to kill off top, but Maharu's doing, yeah, he's just stacking this jungle camp over and over again. Silver Pike sapping some XP here.
He's getting really bad creeps though. This is really risky for him to do.
Yeah, TP in, roll does miss. He does have to kick through, but he also misses that. He didn't wait for the trees. Misses everything, and now Silver Pike kind of has to awkwardly sit here. Maybe Baharu's going to sit around for too long. They need to not commit to this too far. Silver Pike's kicked through in 6. They want to commit over onto Strikers. Monkey King jumping in, but he's just going to go after Maharu, make them commit towards saving their carry. They're going to back off from killing Strikers as well. Have to be careful of the courier. Is going to drop.
Oh, man.
And again, bottom they kill off Oscillation. 10-1. It's not that big of a gold lead though, only 1k, but I think it's gonna get worse. And it's mostly due to Luna's farming.
They are taking
Silver Pike roll through, does miss, but he has the kick. One right click does not quite get the kill. He's gonna get another one. He ran out of mana on Treehard. Strikers TP's in. What, this ward is doing so much work. He tried to farm the camp on Treehard, and he was already so low. Silver Pike doesn't even have to hit the roll. Hits the kick this time.
That's kind of, I think one of the problems with like stacking so much early on is that it really like sets yourself up for failure, especially if they have stack takers on the other team. While they were able to kill the creeps, they lost their Luna and their Storm at the same spot.
Oh, look at the regen on this Slark. They can just run at Oscillation. Gonna miss the leap, so I don't think they can actually commit for the kill. TP bottom from Storm does want to go in and hype. Like you said, that's the target. He's the only person that can actually jump onto the Storm, but bottom rotation from Pattern. I don't think they can actually kill a Storm because he can just blink out of here, but maybe Oscillation's the better target. Is able to cut through the trees, not get locked down Laconic. It's 3 Jingu stacks. Pattern's a bit caught out here. Does get pulled in as well as the Spirit. Pattern's gonna drop.
That was some nice kiting there by Storm.
And very big kills. They're gonna steal out the outpost. Rotation top from Hype.
They just sent a bounty on her too. I'm pretty sure I just saw the little sharpshooter symbol.
Oh yeah, I did see that on the map. Although it didn't ping out correctly. That might just be a special ping.
I don't think that anyone but your own team can actually see the bounties.
Okay. Do you focus that bottom tier 1 tower with the DK form? It seems a little late. They are going to go for the outpost still. There's nothing to cancel this as a Lich, and both outposts go towards nearly tilted, so they do take away that XP as well. Vix, a couple of hits. Jingu stacks. Last hit goes to Strikers. Oscillation with the rotation over. Boundless Strike not quite up yet. They blink forward. Pattern doesn't have a Boundless Strike to lifesteal a lot of this damage away. They do lose the Monkey King yet again. Treeheart's a bit low on mana, but now they've rotated near here, and it seems like not a great situation. Out goes the Luna ult, but there's so many tree ends, it's really not doing that much damage. Treeheart's ran out of mana. This fight is definitely advantageous. You do kill off Strikers as well as Silverpike, but Nier just getting the damage out, ran out of the ultimate timing. He does not get the kill onto Maharu, who had the DD. An unfortunate fight there from nearly tilted.
The max glaive build coming in to do some work there. Feels good, man.
Dude, max glaive build is definitely the play, I think. Like, you just boost your farming speed. Like, the scaling of glaives is ridiculous.
With him just being all like solo farming.
1, 2, 3, 6, dude. Those numbers make 0 sense. It just doubles at the very last level.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any other ability in the game that just doubles at the final tick.
I guess it doubles at level 1, and then it, you know, just goes up by 1, because what are you going to do, go to 4? Like, doesn't make any sense. Drink blink in again, Hype going to die here, and there's nothing really an IO can do. Especially now that they've thrown the game just a bit back. It used to be like 7-1, but they're rolling back into this. Strikers is going to go down even. I don't think he has much to save. Especially with Treehard running forward. The Breathe Fire flew through, and down goes Strikers.
It really brought himself back. I mean, this DK is actually top in net worth here, and he almost has blinked. I don't know how they did it. This is a freak of nature here. They're still struggling on Storm, though, is I think probably the biggest problem for them.
Maybe you can get a return kill onto a support. I do not think so. There are way too many heroes here. Nier just making some space, getting some stats. He actually has so much right now. They want to focus down the Lich, maybe focus over onto Oscillation. Has to hit a leap, though. Double kill for Strikers as he also killed off the Lich. Or Laconic, sorry, TP'd in just to find that kill. Leap forward on Oscillation. He steals the outpost. Just focused on that instead. Strikers does block him out with the Sprout. Oscillation has to run back towards the tower. Nier gets another stack there. He's got up to 17 in that fight.
The man was 50 gold away from Blink. Feels bad.
Well, a well-timed fight there for nearly tilted. They might just rotate over mid too. They want to start getting rid of this jungle for Luna.
They still have yet to even hit one of their timings on the Radiance side. Once they get Diffusal Blade on Slack this game, I think it's going to take a turn.
Oh, they've already played so well. This is such a weird rotation. They want to find the Lich as well. They've rotated so many over here. They bring down Maharu, Lich all bouncing around. Nier's taking quite a bit of damage from it. Needs to maybe pop the ult out, but they do find the Lich as well. Yeah, it's gonna get close, but you're not gonna die to it.
This Luna's gonna need a BKB really fast.
That's a really good play from Silverpike, though. He knew exactly where to find the Luna with the Invis rune. And they do lose the bottom tier 1. It's a little bit of a trade, it feels like. Laconic is going to steal out the Sprout.
I think that the Luna definitely should have gone a mask first. She cannot afford to be like half HP for farming jungle. It's just way too easy for Nature's Prophet and Io to play around that.
It's really, when you're relying on, hopefully they don't have wards on me farming the jungle right now. If you're worrying about that, you're not farming efficiently. Like, it's a tough game for a Luna to play, and especially when you go this max glaives build, you really just want to sit in the jungle as much as possible early on. Hasn't really been able to do that.
Storms is, I don't think he's going to be able to create space for Luna. He still has yet to finish the kayak. He's struggling.
Is Silverpike making a next level play here? Just pulling a creep wave to Nier? Yes, he is. Okay. I like it. I like it. This is some no-tail level shit right here. Pull a creep wave to your carry, make the farm come to him.
Was that from mid? Or?
I think that was from mid. It might have been from bottom though, because now they actually are pushing in mid, and this creep wave is right here. Meanwhile, top striker's trying to make some space. Surprised he doesn't have the Necro book yet. Thought that might be something he goes for a bit earlier.
I mean, he is playing versus a Storm. He's just gonna be focused on team fights.
Oh, they roll bottom onto Maharu. He needs to get the hell out of dodge right now, but I don't think there actually is a save. Kick through onto Vix, and Lich is going to be the next target. There is nothing a DK can do. There's nothing a Rubik can do. Blink away from the DK. Treehard really has no targets right now. Hype doing a good... I mean, he did die a couple of times, but now he's doing a good job keeping himself away from that Storm's vision. And their initiation is kind of just lost, and we're back to a very big kill lead for Nearly Tilted. It was 13-9, but they've gotten the last, what, like 9 kills in a row, something crazy.
Something wild. I mean, it's just so easy for them to take fights with them being able to global teleport wherever. I do not think that the Luna can even play on the opponent's side of the map unless there's 2 heroes behind her at least.
Silver Pike is going to find another hero in the jungle too. I think this is a free kill for a Monkey King. You do have a save from Maharu, but it's not enough. Maybe even roll forward onto Maharu. They get the stun. Boundless Strike up as well. They can even pop the Monkey King on if they want to use it, but he's going to die instead. Silver Pike with the roll through. Laconic might just be next. Out comes the Monkey King ult. Does get stolen, but instantly losing the Rubik. I mean, Monkey King ult feels so terrible to steal. Like, your right click damage is so awful on Rubik. Like, oh god.
This game, I think, is starting to tumble out of control for Dire. The Luna.
They showed signs of life, like around that 10-minute mark.
It was looking close for a while, but just I don't know.
It was very much, yeah. It was very Nearly Tilted favored, like around like 9 minutes, and then they threw it back just a bit. But now they're just taking control again. Hype might have been a bit out of position, but no, he doesn't actually find him. Treehard's a little bit afraid to initiate. Meanwhile, mid again. Vix is getting caught out. He tried running uphill again. Kick through. He's not going to die, fortunately, because it's a mass rotation.
The problem is just that the Storm is so underfarmed that he can't force TPs to towers or force people to push out lanes.
I think they want to force.
It's so easy for him.
They're doing such a good job at keeping Maharu limited, too. They're not giving Maharu free time in the triangle over here.
I mean, they definitely feel as though they have to play as 5 for, like, the entirety. Which, I don't think they're big enough to do yet. They have no BKBs.
I mean, you look at where Pattern is playing compared to the rest of the team, and he's still showing up to these fights, too. Like, Purdue University just, like... They're all 5 smoked right now, farming. Maharu is going to be in the middle of this as well. They want to pop the smoke. They want to get vision. There's a very nice ward here for Nearly Tilted if they do get the vision first. They have the blink on Oscillation, but who do they want to jump on? It's probably going to be Hype. They need to just get out on Near because Silver Pike and Hype immediately down. As well as Strikers. Near has to go for the leap away, but he gets feared. Purges it off, but it doesn't matter. Was a TP bottom from Pattern, but Silver Pike was nowhere near, so they couldn't take the full 5-on-5. They do lose the tower. Strikers taking it in the meantime, and still Purdue showing signs of life.
That's huge. Oh, Maharu might be in trouble here, though. I think he might actually just be straight dead. There's a Storm here, though. He doesn't have that much mana.
Is gonna get the full slow. He can pop the ultimate as well. Here comes the IO ult in, and he looks pretty dead.
Storm's not coming to help him.
He looks pretty dead. Yep. Goes to Strikers. Do take that mid tier 1, but Maharu just completely, like, I'm not sure why you stay there, honestly. It feels like with the rest of your team going back mid, you gotta just retreat to the jungle, not really give, not really give your kill streak back, or at least some of the gold back. Oscillation gets the blink through.
It's just
so
such
close.
A weird game, there's almost like no opportunity for these players to play against both IO and Nature's Prophet in the same game. That double global threat, along with a monkey hopping on trees. Their gank squad is out of the world.
Vix tried to go for the outpost steal, but that just gives the Slark vision of you, and you are dead. 7 Agi stolen permanently, and that's also the bounty as well. They can just take the outpost back, but no, they actually don't go for it. They want to go for kills instead.
Island. Oh, they missed a kick.
Mid
though.
lane, they've gotten the silence as well as the net onto Treehard. The roll does miss. Roll, all right, he actually popped the net, so that canceled out, but he gets the stun. Can he get the silence again? No, he just gets stunned up with the Boundless Strike. Silver Pike even committing the ult for it. They get a courier kill at the very least. It is Hypes. You lose Rubik in the top lane. Is Near just getting bigger and bigger at this point. It's not as clean of a game as I've seen from Nearly Tilted, but it's still looking like they're on top. And I don't know if they can lose this.
Maharu will. He's going to go with the Manta first, which means he will be able to push lanes. With
Silver Pike?
His illusions.
Silver Pike is potentially going to get out here. Oscillation does have the blink in 2 seconds. They want to still commit for this. Is going to even pop the ult. But he's got the roll on Silver Pike. I'm not sure they can really catch this. There's a very deep TP out. No, he's going to go even further. Canceled out by Luna for now with the beam. But Pattern is running right into Treehard, who gets the pull, canceling out the Monkey King ult. He's getting stunned up. Hype trying to heal him out, but the Luna ult immediately gets focused out onto the Monkey King. Hype going to drop as well afterward. Good positioning there from Maharu. And it's just one after one, they lose their lives. And Blink Forward even, he wants to try and find strikers, but I don't know how doable this is. Maybe if you get the Storm to commit as well. Treehard's a bit low on mana.
You lose so many games in a row, your reaction time becomes that of a prodigy. As they're able to cancel the roll, they cancel the
oh no, Oscillation might have just died mid. I think he's gonna get sprouted a couple hits coming out from near. He does survive the leash, the pounce, but just dies immediately after. I mean, the fusel is kind of hard to tank, and even though you have all that armor, I mean, Nier can steal some of it away. Every hit, he's just gonna take away more and more of your life as well. Invisibility. Removing that strength.
Every one fight for them is pretty much a miracle. String enough miracles together and you can do it. I mean, the Luna is keeping up with Slark somewhat, especially now that the mech style's done. Well, they are going Roche, though.
It's going to be a decently quick, not too quick, but I don't know if Dire's going to get here in time. Purdue might not really see this coming.
Yeah, they should expect something's going on with no one defending bot. They
scan it. Stun through on Silver Pike, but can they rotate in time? Oscillation has the blink as well as the DK ult.
It's dead.
Yeah, Storm's not over here to steal this either. Maybe if they have the outpost, they can fight this, but since they don't have the outpost, they don't have the tier 2 top, it's really nowhere to TP.
Dai was trying to make a play on whoever teleported bot, but it looks like they're all just going to run down there as 5. That's what I'm seeing, at least.
Yeah. Treehard is probably not going to die here. I don't think he's going to die here unless he's gone a bit too far. He did get revealed, but I think he's going to be fine. I don't know if he dies here.
Strikers teleported in bot lane, and Nature's called right as Rubik was tree dancing away. That was so close.
He's got the
my
TP.
God.
Okay.
Yeah, Rubik should be fine. Storm maybe not so much. As
I think Storm's gonna be fine. He knows Silver Pike is there. He can just hit the ult away.
Well,
I don't know.
I mean, part of it. So his ult has a cast time, but the Stone Remnant grip is pretty much instant. So I think it's just based on how fast the Spirit player is.
Oh god, here we go, dude. This is reaction time. This is like this is when, if you've ever played Osu, this is what you practice for.
Osu. Drago has been training.
I don't know. Would it be unfair to like? I mean, it's. I feel like it's equal ground since the game is paused.
Yeah, I mean, so who paused? It was Radiant.
Silver Pike paused for a DC from Lich.
Right, yeah, Lich.
But I think Silver Pike had to go.
There's nothing to. There's no wrongful shenanigans going on. Everything's fine.
Yeah, nothing sketchy. We're good.
been pretty interesting game so far though. I thought that this game would be over by now, but they're holding on to their tier 2s, making some plays. Going Blink on the Rubik, Bloodstone Storm, Heaven's Halberd DK. They're not going to go BKB on the Luna though. It's a little bit interesting. I mean, it doesn't help him versus Monkey or Slark, so it's not.
There we go. Yeah, Silence does miss as well as the roll stun. Yeah, it's just too easy, my dude.
I mean, the problem with not going BKB on Luna is that you're really squishy for a carry. You have no kind of like, you have no defense abilities, you have no mobility. It's normally why BKB is a must. We'll see if she can survive the initial onslaught. I'm a bit unsure.
I'm gonna Butterfly next. You'll have a lot of armor, I guess, and Slark obviously wants to hit you as much as possible.
Very low strength gain for carry.
It's on 1660 at the moment. Most of that's coming from the Manta hype. Trying to find a courier. Doesn't actually have the damage though.
They're looking for Bash or Satanic on Slark. Okay, that's completely fine.
Treehard might just go on mid right now. Strikers doesn't have a silence or anything to actually fight this. He went for the utility build. He's got a pipe as well as a mech.
I've seen a lot of Slarks go for Shadow Blade when they're with IO. I'm not sure exactly how I feel about it. I feel like it would be really good this game because it's so easy for him to kill the main course. But looks like they're kind of trying to go for a team fight oriented thing. Since
Top lane, they might try and find Laconic. It's a very small kill, but you'll take what you can get.
That stun's
Killing
actually really
strikers.
good for Rubik to steal. It becomes like almost a 2.5 seconds stun, almost like a fissure.
Bottom lane too. I think they just found Treehard. He is completely out of mana. I am not sure how that happened.
I think he just got pounced and lost all his mana. I think. Probably. Yeah. So the night vision, he probably saw the storm running towards the rune.
Might have just been like he was down low ground and there was no dire wards over here.
The pounce length is pretty much night vision. So if you know someone is walking towards the rune,
roll through Oscillation, almost certainly dead as well. That is supposed to be a tanky hero, but he's just looking like paper into this Monkey King, into this Slark.
Does nearly have the halberd though. It'll be a little bit easy for him after that. There's no kind of mail.
There's a lot of evasion going up once they get the items, because they're going to have a butterfly as well as a halberd.
They're going to hit a pretty good timing there, but I think it might be a little bit
They
too
have
late.
the Aegis, so I think they can just go high ground. Mahar's not going to have the butterfly for this push, like if they do try and fight this. Same thing with Halberd on DK.
Be enough though. We'll see. I mean, they have the frost shield for the tower. They don't have fortification.
Pushing into this though. There's so many treants to get rid of. Nier has to back just slightly. Have to be careful with the Aegis timing. I think it might be getting close. Coral 40 kicks him back. Lich is just gonna go down. They have the vision. Tried to save with the cloak. It's not quite enough. They will maybe ult. No, they don't quite get the courier. And Silver Pike throws the tip back right into Vix's face. And that's just, it feels bad. I think they're going to lose melee, potentially even range. Oscillation doing the best job he can. Does have that halberd up now. Even then, Slark can just purge that off.
Neither Storm or Luna is coming back. They could just run top those.
Yeah, I mean, you still have the Aegis. It's like, why stop? Luna doesn't really have items to fight this either, unless she just got the butterfly. No, still doesn't have it yet.
No, she can disassemble with her master. She has it.
Yes, okay, she does have it. There's a nice pull over on the Nier, but again, he's still got the Aegis. Pattern maybe looking for a nice chance. The Monkey King ult jumping on the hype. Didn't quite get the kill though. Now Oscillation's a little bit isolated even. There goes out the Luna ult, but they're really tanky. They have the mech, even the pipe. It's doing no damage compared to what it used to. There's a nice steal from the Rubik. Silver Pike's almost certainly dead. You're not gonna lose Maharu, fortunately, but yes, you do. He got the spirit on top of them, so the ult kept going. Buyback on Rubik does completely nothing. They lose both the cores, DK and Luna, since they bought out up for this. Nier's focusing for it onto the Rubik. Striker's a couple of right clicks out. Treehard can't really commit too much here because he doesn't want to die, especially with that brand new Bloodstone. They have the sentries for the Rubik. Laconic, that's a dieback. Aegis did disappear. Nier getting his entire HP pool back, and now he wants to go forward onto Vix, who has the cloak in a second here. He will survive for now, and they don't actually have vision for it. Hype, maybe he's getting super close to the fountain. Not quite sure why he's this far out. He might just go down here. Couple of right clicks. I think Hype is just dead. Yes, he is. Is gonna get stunned up by Oscillation. Hype ulting, and they lose the Storm, who doesn't have buyback either. And no Oscillation with the Sprout out again. He doesn't have a buyback. He's gonna get Monkey King ult near the fountain, so he has to run through it to get back into the safety of the fountain regen. But I think that might just be it. Oscillation falling yet again. Double kill for Nier, trying to pull him into the fountain, but it's not going to happen. You don't have a Lich ult. Nier's just going into the fountain now. He's able to pop the ult as well, saving himself for now on the Lich. Nier just making some meme plays right there. Maharu tried to get himself outside. Can dodge a lot of these right clicks, but he's still taking a decent amount. Boundless Strike doesn't do too much. They do just focus down the tier 4s. They already got one down. Might get a second, but now Nier might have just committed a bit too much. Has to save himself, but no, Nier is gone. Hype's already back here, but he wasn't quite in time to save him. Silverpike might have just dove too far. Is it the throw? Double kill for Maharu, and now they're going to find Hype as well. This is a dieback from Hype. He's able to go in. There's the chain away. Needs to go for the TP. Striker's actually stuck around, though. And I don't think they can turn this. Hype might just fall here. Has a cloak in 4 seconds. He's got another pull in 2 as well. I don't think Treehard can actually get the mana, though. He's stuck in this Sprout and can't do anything. Hype needs to go for the TP. He's just hiding over in the trees for now. Now they've found Strikers. He's able to pop out a Blade Mail. They're doing so much damage to themselves. Strikers needs to just put himself inside the Sprout. Will eventually fall for his support's life, but in comes Monkey King. Laconic's really low. Is going to get spotted. Does have the Boundless Strike. Down goes Rubik yet again, and maybe Maharu is next. There is a Lich over here as well. Lich just they've already called GG.
It's one last for us. I mean, that's the problem with not going BKB on Luna is they have the double Blade Mail and you're sub 2k HP. He literally just killed himself with Blade Mail. Took about 1200 damage from his own Eclipse.
Dude,
very unfortunate.
I mean, they showed, again, like I said, they showed signs of life that game. It went 30 minutes, but it's just like still, it feels like Nearly Tilted was just toying with them whenever they would lose a fight.
So, yeah, so they picked the last pick Storm into the Monkey mid, and it just, I think it struggled way too hard. If you have a Luna on your team, you really need your mid liner to make space. So if he's that far behind, there's almost nothing you can do. They pulled some miracles out of their butt, but it wasn't enough.
Nearly Tilted just looking on top of it, dude. I don't know. I think they're the favorites to win the entire league season 4. Like, to me,
the favorites are the Albert, but yeah, they're definitely like top 3.
I'd argue for Nearly Tilted. I think it's either Echidnas or Nearly Tilted. Knights of Albert have looked okay. I have to see them play more. I've casted Nearly Tilted and Echidnas a bit more, and like I think they've had more impressive showings. Nearly Tilted, every single game I've casted by them has just been a complete one-sided affair.
Have they lost a game yet or no?
They might have, but I can't remember. They haven't lost a single game that I've casted by them, so I know that for sure.
All right, well, thanks for letting me in. I actually didn't even realize that I was going to be casting with you.
Yeah, dude, you got 15 minutes before your series. Good luck.
Thanks, bro. All right, I'll see you.